You dropped $2,500 on a smart telescope because the ad promised Andromeda from your back patio, and what showed up was a gray smudge and an app that crashes every third session. Sound familiar? I buy this garbage every week and post what I find. So if you'd rather not learn it the expensive way, hit subscribe and let me take the hit for you. Here's what almost nobody tells you before you pay. Most of these brands don't build anything. They order the same camera sensor, the same little optical tube, the same half-finished app out of the same 3 or 4 Chinese factories, slap a logo on the box, and charge you double. A couple are worth it. Most aren't. By the end of this, you'll know 4 checks that separate a real instrument from a repackaged toy, and no booth guy will ever upsell you again. Let's start with the ones bleeding your wallet. Number 9. The Kickstarter. Darling. You remember the campaign. $2 million, a gorgeous video, backers lined up around the block. Then it shipped 18 months late, and once the money cleared, the firmware updates just stopped. Here's the con. Those jaw-dropping Galaxy shots on the campaign page weren't live. Somebody let the scope stack images for 4 hours to build one photo. Press the button yourself and you get a noisy live view that looks nothing like the poster. Tiny aperture, enormous hype. That gap is the whole scam. When the company goes quiet, your scope doesn't get better. It just gets older. Number 8. The Influencer Special. You've seen it on your feed 40 times this month. Some creator pointing at the sky like it's magic. What they skip is that the lens up front is about 50 millimeters wide, and they are pricing it like it is 300. Aperture is just the size of the hole light comes through. Bigger hole, more light, more detail. A 50mm opening physically cannot pull in enough light to show you faint deep sky stuff, no matter what the software claims. So a spiral galaxy shows up as a bright blob. Oh, and the dew heater that keeps the lens from fogging? Owners say it dies around month 3. Now you are wiping glass by hand at 2 in the morning in the cold. Number 7. The premium badge that isn't. This one stings because the marketing is so clean. Brushed metal, serious font, a price that whispers heirloom. Crack it open and it's a rebadged original equipment manufacturer unit sitting on AliExpress right now for 1/3 of what you paid. Same sensor, same mount, same board, different sticker. It's the exact game the tire companies run. Ask one question. Is there a real parent company and a real factory behind this, or is it a logo on a generic part? For this brand, it's the logo. You're paying a 200% markup for a font. Quick reset, because this is the part that saves you money. 4 checks. Write them down. 1. Real aperture in millimeters on the spec sheet. Not 50 times zoom. Not 10,000 light years. Millimeters of glass. If they won't say, walk. 2. Sensor size and who actually made it. Sony builds the good ones. If the listing dodges the sensor question, that's your answer right there. 3. Real equatorial tracking. Or is the mount faking the motion in software? Software tracking smears your image over a long exposure. Real tracking follows the sky. 4. Has the company shipped firmware for more than 2 years? A smart scope is half software. A company that ghosts its own product after launch is selling you a brick with a countdown timer inside. Run those 4 and the whole shell game falls apart. Back to the list. Number 6. The Subscription Trap. This one makes me genuinely angry. The hardware's fine, decent optics, solid little mount. But the smart part, the plate solving that figures out where it's pointed, the processing that cleans up your shot, all of it lives behind a monthly fee. Miss a payment and your $1,800 telescope forgets how to find the moon. And here's what they bury. If that company folds, and small hardware startups fold constantly, the servers go dark and your scope becomes a very expensive tripod. You didn't buy a telescope, you rented one and you never got the keys. Number 5. Good glass, wrecked by the assembly line. The optics here aren't bad, honestly. It's the plastic focuser and whatever's happening in the factory, because the same 3 failures show up on every owner forum over and over, all inside the warranty window. Stripped focuser. Mount that won't hold calibration. Camera that drops connection mid-session. And that lifetime warranty on the box? Worthless when you email support and nobody ever writes back. A warranty is a promise from a company that picks up the phone. This one doesn't. Number 4. Markets harder than it engineers. This brand is dangerous because it's just good enough to fool you on night 1. First-timer takes it out, sees a fuzzy planet, gets a little thrill, posts a photo. Feels like a win. Then reality lands. It's priced like a serious rig and built like a starter toy, and the second a newer model drops, the resale falls off a cliff. Try to sell yours used, 6 months in, and the offers come back at half. That's not a telescope. That's a depreciation machine with a lens on the front. Alright, enough of the junk. Let's talk about the 3 that actually earn the money. Worth it number 3. The Honest Spec Company. Wild idea, right? They print the real aperture in millimeters. They name the exact sensor and who built it. And they keep pushing firmware years after your scope left the warehouse so the thing you bought gets smarter instead of abandoned. Astrophotographers trust it, and you can see that trust in the resale numbers. These hold their value because when the specs are real, the demand stays real. Worth it number 2. The Family Optics House. This one's been grinding glass for decades, long before smart telescope was a phrase anyone said out loud. Independent. Family run. They know how to make a lens because it's the only thing they've ever done. They went smart recently and they did it right. Real tracking mount, honest numbers, a warranty they stand behind. You call, a human answers, they fix it. Novel concept around here, I know. Worth it number 1. The gold standard. Bigger real aperture, so more light, more detail, more of the sky you were promised. Open ecosystem so you're never locked out of your own gear. No subscription holding your photos hostage. No server that can die and take your hobby with it. And here's the proof it's real. Used units still sell for most of what they cost new, years down the road. Nothing holds value like that unless the engineering underneath is genuine. That resale number is the market telling you the truth the marketing never will. So here's where it all lands. The sticker price is never the real cost. The real cost is the dead app in year 2, the subscription you can't cancel without bricking the scope, and the resale value that evaporates the week a newer model shows up. The brands worth buying are the ones where that math runs the other way. Real glass, honest specs, still worth something when you're done with it. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one are you running right now? And be honest, did the sky ever actually look like the ad? Drop it in the comments. And if this saved you from a $2,000 mistake, subscribe so you catch the next one before you buy, not after. I've got a full teardown of the worst scope on this whole list coming up, and it's uglier than you think. Go watch that one.